Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into a fascinating story about high achiever burnout. But more than that, we're going to uncover a really powerful framework that can help you turn those moments of professional crisis into your most strategic career move yet. And this quote, well, it gets right to the heart of it all, doesn't it? Purpose. Because the story we're exploring today kicks off at the exact moment when that feeling of purpose just felt completely gone. So here's the core puzzle. You've got this professional who is, by every measure, a huge success. I mean, a chess Olympiad player, a founder, a true role model. And then, poof, she just stops, halts everything. The passion's gone, and she just wants to sign out. How on earth does that happen? Yeah, this wasn't just a bad week at the office. Think of it like a game of chess. Your high-powered piece, maybe a rook or a bishop, but you are completely trapped. You can't move. That's the achiever's stalemate. It's the state of paralysis where the very drive that built a whole career just evaporates. And here's the paradox that so many high achievers get stuck in. She was blaming herself for feeling burned out, but at the exact same time, she was totally ignoring the warning signs. A friend literally told her, "Your battery is getting low," but she couldn't see it. Why? Because her eyes were locked on the future, the fame, the money, not the reality of what was happening right now. What's so fascinating here is that her personal crisis perfectly illustrates a super common professional trap. And to really get it, we need a framework. It's called the Pawn to Queen framework, and her story starts deep in stage 1. Okay, so let's break down that first stage, quiet competence. We're calling this the pawn. You know this person. Heck, maybe it's you. They are fantastic at their job, technically brilliant, super reliable, always delivers. But they operate from a place of, well, quiet competence, believing that just doing good work is all it takes to get noticed. And this right here just lays out the conflict perfectly. The pawn's belief is noble, right? If I just work hard and stay humble, they'll see me. But the strategic reality, especially in the corporate world, is way different. Competence without visibility limits influence. Put simply, humility is a virtue, but invisibility, that's a liability. You can almost hear her thinking this, can't you? It's that classic, confident mindset of someone in the pawn stage. But this kind of thinking carries a massive risk: stagnation. You can be the absolute best person in the room, but if the people who make decisions don't know it, you're not going anywhere. So things are looking pretty grim. But now we get to the turning point in her story. A forced pause, and not just one, but a whole series of intense quarantines, became this unexpected pressure cooker for a huge strategic shift. Now, don't worry about memorizing the dates. Just look at the arc of this story. It starts with total paralysis in the Philippines. But then, trapped in Singapore, something shifts. She starts taking action, coaching, writing. By the time she gets to Hong Kong, she has this breakthrough. Her struggle wasn't a failure. It was actually preparation. This is stage 2 of our framework, the awakening. During that forced quiet time, her whole mindset just flips. She starts to realize that putting in the effort isn't the same as having influence, that just making a contribution isn't the same as being strategically positioned. The goal wasn't just to do good work anymore, it was to make good work visible. This awakening led her to what is, honestly, the single most important insight of this whole journey. It's a distinction that could change everything about how you look at your own professional life. All right, let's break this down because it is huge. A career. That's what you do to earn money. And it can be great. It can be rewarding. But a vocation? A vocation is what you feel called to do. It feels like a mission, something that's purposeful in and of itself, serving a need in the world that's bigger than just your own bank account. And you know, sometimes all it takes is a friend saying the right thing at the right time for it all to just click into place. These words gave her a sense of urgency, pushing her to rethink not just her next job, but the entire direction of her life. So this huge insight didn't just stay as a nice thought in a journal. Nope, it completely transformed her actions. It was a shift away from just being busy and a move towards a deliberate, brand new strategy. And this leads us right into the final stage of our framework, strategic positioning. This is where you stop waiting to be noticed and you start getting intentional about your influence. It's about owning your own story, figuring out who needs to hear it, and then communicating your value clearly. Your visibility becomes a tool for clarity. So just look at this list of activities. Before, these might have been hobbies, maybe even things contributing to her burnout. But now they were strategic moves. This was her owning her narrative in real time. She was actively building a new professional identity around what she was truly called to do. So, after this whole journey from burnout and stalemate all the way to clarity and repositioning, what's the ultimate takeaway? What's the final move on the board? The final move was a conscious, strategic choice. Instead of chasing the job with the biggest paycheck, she decided to go for roles that aligned with her vocation, work that actually gave her the time and space for coaching. It was a powerful statement that you do not have to wait for retirement to answer your calling.
And that brings us to the core question this whole explainer has been building up to. It's a question for you to really think about. Is your professional life mainly about earning a living, or is it about answering a deeper call? Are you operating a career, or are you living your vocation?
Ultimately, what this story really proves is that quiet competence, as valuable as it is not a strategy for advancement or for fulfillment. To move from a pawn to a queen on the board of your own life, you have to be intentional, you have to be visible, and you have to be strategic. Movement changes the board. It's time to make your move.